Hi, this is Kerry Kellogg from MK Unique Designs. Today I'm going to take you on a little dye journey. I am working on a sage yarn for a client of mine. She doesn't want a pastel sage and she doesn't want a bold sage, so I'm mixing some colors today, and I thought I'd show you what I came up with first. I have a dark sage down at the bottom, then lighter, and then it goes up to kind of a browny tan up here at the top with a little bit of the green in that. I'm going to walk over here and I'll pull one that I finished out to show you. This one's been sitting in its water bath, getting clean. See, it's got the dark to the light to a very light. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out and get it soaking. You see this? Get it soaking in some soapy water. So I've mixed up some of my colors already today. This is an ecru. It is a jacquard acid dye. And then I have my own mix called Bone Black. It's a kind of a gray that is not on the purple tones. I used a brown base for it. So what I do to get the green sage is I wet my icing spatula. This is what I use to mix my dyes. And I put it down in the dye. And it's going to take quite a bit of this Bone Black. And what I'm getting is just a gray black. And I need to get it to the tone that I want it. And what I'll do as I dye is I'll keep adding this Bone Black to the dye as I want it to get darker. Okay, to get the sagey color that I like, I then use the Dharma Spearmint Breeze. And this is a little dabble do ya. I just take this much on the spatula. I just set the spatula right in there. And I put it in. And you'll be amazed at how much green there'll be. So I just get those all mixed up. And I've got these great big 16-ounce condiment containers. They do leak, but I do it over the pan, so that's fine. All right, I have a little bit of water. It's not much, maybe 1/4 of an inch of water. I'm going to add some acid to that. I use citric acid. Makes your fingers taste lemony. It also burns any cuts that you have on your hand. And I just stir that around. I have some yarn that I've had soaking in some citric acid and water. And what I do is I just lay this out in the pan. And I'm just using a 4-inch steamer pan on the top of a gas stove. Alright, so I've got my fiber in the pan. Got it kind of spread out. I'm going to turn the stove on so it can simmer. And what I'm going to start with is an ecru at the top. I want some light in my fiber. So we're going to put just a little bit of the ecru at the very top. And ecru is kind of a tanny brown. And then what I do is I let the dye bleed into that. So let's check out this that I just did. Okay, good. This is a really pretty kind of sagey green. It's amazing what just a little bit of the green, what color you get. Might even be able to put a little bit more of the green in here. And I run the color kind of up the pan and into a little bit into the area that I dyed with the ecru. Saturate the color more at the bottom. And then let it kind of bleed up. One of the best tools I have found is the icing spatula. Lets you move the fiber around really well. It doesn't hold your dye color. All right, here we go again. My AV person, namely my husband, came in and fixed my mic. So hopefully we will have better quality sound, we'll see. So what we're doing is we've got our water simmering. And I'm gonna run some color up the pan. Now I've got it dark down at the bottom where I want it. Now I kind of want to fade my color up to this area up here. So I'm going to put some of what is a darker version kind of over this and in the water. And bring this fiber down into it. And it'll just pick up some of those subtle tones. Okay, I know we're getting steamy, so we can turn the water off here. So I've got a lighter green, just an ever so slight light green. And we're gonna run that up into that ecru area. So that ecru won't be so harshly different in color. It will be more of a subtle color shift. A little bit more of that light in here. And as you can see, I'm getting more and more water in the pan, which helps the dye not hit the fiber as hard. Kind of lets it wash over it. So if you can see this, down here we have a very dark kind of gray green, and then it fades more up into a lighter green, then an even lighter green, into a kind of the ecru pale sage. So it will give quite a bit of depth of color. In your knitting projects. So what I'm going to do is add just a little bit more dark to this water. Kind of let it soak in there. And I just play with it till I get it the color that I want it. Once again, this is what we're going to get. Kind of a dark sage fading up into a light, almost ecru. I brought this out into the sun so maybe you can see the colors a little bit better. There's the dark to the light.